the only thing left to do is find Billy and try and explain why I was spying for Carl Sampson.
Darling, I want you to come with me for your own good.
I can't take little Billy up to some frozen wasteland with some primitive
sweetheart,
drilling rig.
you know I have no intention of taking little Billy with us. He can stay here with Mrs. Stevens.
No, I don't want to leave him alone in a big empty house.
Okay, well, then we'll just take him over to Henry's.
Oh, darling, Daddy doesn't know how to take care of a little baby.
No, but Henry will have a good time trying. Besides, Nola's there and she's got a good hand.
No, I'm not going to impose on Nola.
Darling, you're going to have to make up your mind. You don't want me to leave him in a big empty house. You don't want to leave him in a big full house. You haven't left me much in between.
Billy, I don't know why you want me to go in the first place. You're just going to be working hard the whole time.
No, I'm not going to be working all the time. Sweetheart, you know if I had my choice right now, I would not go at all. Look, hey, just picture it now. We'll be up there in the wilds. We'll have to cuddle down in front of the fire. It'll be crackling. We'll be alone together.
Billy, Alaska is not my idea of a honeymoon spot.
Well, maybe not. But, sweetheart, this project means a lot to me. Matter of fact, the whole future of the Lewis family is riding on it.
I know.
Well, then, you just come on along and join in the fun. Be part of the team. What do you say?
No, that's not the real reason you want me to go.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. You're afraid to leave me alone because of the pills.
All right, Miss Daniels, now think hard. And what was the first thing you saw when the maid walked in the room with the candles?
The candles, I guess.
Of course. All right, now what did you see right after that?
Just a lot of spooky shadows. Like in horror movies. Only in movies, you always see the shadows before somebody gets killed, not after.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Well, thank you, Miss Daniels. You've been a very big help.
So how's it going, Lieutenant?
Well, I think I'm pretty clear on the events leading up to the murder, but when the lights go out...
Everybody has a different story, huh? What's your take on the situation so far?
Well, obviously, Lou Jack and the Ferris kid trying to trap the perpetrator of that explosion at Lou Jack's club.
Well, I wouldn't touch that, Lieutenant. That case is closed. Lou Jack and, what's his name? Parker. Yeah, they were both found guilty and convicted of negligence in a court of law.
Yes, sir. But I know Lou Jack. He's a stubborn one.
Meaning what?
He's been guilty of a lot of things over the past few years, but he's taken his lumps. But if he's innocent of that explosion, then he's going to go to any lengths to find the guy who framed him.
I don't like the sound of that.
Unfortunately, it looks like Lou Jack might have gone a bit too far this time.
Now, wait a minute. Are you suggesting that Lou Jack staged this entire thing so he'd have the golden opportunity to murder Andy Ferris in front of a whole crowd of witnesses?
I am not suggesting anything, sir. I just don't have enough evidence yet.
I hope you don't plan on keeping us locked up in this room till you find a solution.
Well, I would prefer to make an arrest before I leave, sir. So let's get this thing nailed down while everybody's memory is fresh.
I don't know. That's a pretty tall order, Lieutenant. You might find this case to be a little more complicated than you think.
Yeah. Lou Jack and Beth Raines told me that almost everyone in this room had dealings with Ferris.
There goes my golf game.
Including Mr. Bailey.
Now, Lieutenant, be careful. You're dealing with some influential citizens here.
That is exactly why I intend to be extra thorough with this investigation.
Now, look, I appreciate your position and everything, but there are a few people here we can reasonably eliminate right now.
Such as?
Gina Daniels, the girl you were just talking to, Dr. Champion, and perhaps Lillian Rain. They'd never even heard of Ferris before tonight.
That makes sense. I do have reservations about Mrs. Raines, though. After all, Ferris did blind her daughter.
Lieutenant, hasn't everybody in this room been searched? So perhaps it would expedite the proceedings if you were to thin the crowd out a little.
Yes, sir. I was just getting to that. Gina Daniels?
Oh, present.
Lillian Raines, Douglas Champion, you three are free to go.
You mean I'm not guilty?
If you are, I'll be sure and let you know.
I don't want to go, thank you. Not without Beth.
It's okay, Mama. Lou Jack will take me home.
Dr. Champion, would you do me a favor and take Gina home for me? I'm going to be here for a while.
Sure, I'd be glad to.
I want to thank you for a very lovely time, Baroness.
Goodbye, everybody. Good luck, Beth.
Bye.
Honey, call me, please.
All right, Mother.
I'll talk to you. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
All right, folks. Let's start at the top. Does anybody recognize this gun?
Well, of course, the gun is mine.
What does sure do best? Because the hit is in the chip.
Oh, don't be absurd. The mere fact that I own the gun doesn't mean I used it to shoot that hoodlum.
Do you by any chance have a permit for this?
Certainly.
Well, actually, it was Lou Jack who purchased the gun.
That's enough, Warren.
Is that true, kid?
Sure. I bought it a few months ago during the Galahad show. My mother needed protection, so what?
Where did she keep it?
In the desk, in the study.
Lieutenant, the fact that I keep a gun is an open secret. Anyone familiar with this house knew it was there. And all my guests tonight had access to it.
I see. And where is the study located?
It's right off the front hall. Would you like to see it?
In a minute. Seal that study off, will you? And tell them I want that desk dusted for fingerprints.
Yes, sir. I don't know why you're wasting time worrying about that gun when it's the missing tape that's important here.
She's right. Whoever has that tape must be the murderer.
Probably. But whoever had the gun is definitely the killer. And I like to go for sure things first.
That could take ages.
Now, you've all been searched. This entire room has been gone over with a fine-tooth comb. And still there is no trace of any tape.
Everybody saw it. It couldn't have just disappeared.
You all seem to agree on that. Did anybody leave this room after the shooting?
I don't think so.
The butler and the maid did.
No. I mean, yes, I left, but only to get candles. The Baroness told me to.
And I checked the fuse box. Oh, I knew this was going to happen. In the movies, it's always the butler. But I swear I didn't take any tape.
We don't even know Mr. Ferris.
Oh, calm down. No one is foolish enough to think either of you did it.
You're all convinced that the missing tape was the reason the Ferris kid was killed, right? Well, I think it's time that somebody explain to me exactly what is on that tape and why it is so valuable.
Darling, I want you to come with me because you're my wife.
You want me to come with you so that you can keep an eye on me. You've never insisted that I travel with you before.
Okay, you're right. You got a problem with pills. And I think it's partially caused because you spend so much time alone.
Well, I spend time alone because I'm here in the house taking care of little Billy.
Yeah, that's right, but you don't have to take care of them all by yourself. Don't you see, Vanessa, that causes pressure and tension?
No, the tension that I feel is because I can't forget the fact that he almost died.
Yeah, no, I haven't forgotten that either. But I also haven't forgotten the fact that he's well. Hey, the doctors say that he is making progress.
Well, I know that, but what if he stopped making progress and that's what scares me.
Sweetheart, come here. Look, you are just gonna have... You're gonna have to put some faith in the good Lord and those doctors. You gotta set this fear aside.
I can't, Billy. I just can't because it's just become part of my life.
I know it's become part of your life. That's why you need a change of scene. Hey, look, you come on up to Alaska with me, and I guarantee we'll be able to lick this thing together.
No. Running away just doesn't solve it. Anybody's problem.
It's not running away. It's more like running to who you...
It's not, Billy. It wouldn't matter if I went to Alaska or anywhere. It wouldn't make me forget about little Billy or what happened to Reva.
Darling, what happened to Reva was an accident.
Was it?
Yes, it was. And there's no thinking about it.
I'm just not sure. I was at the hospital, Billy, and I overheard what you said to H.B.
What did I say to H.B.?
Well, you told him that I had a drug problem.
That's right, darling, I did. I want you to understand something. That has nothing to do with the accident.
It's got to. It must, because I just don't understand how I let myself get so crazy, but I know I did.
Well, what makes you say that?
Because I can't remember anything about the day of the accident.
Darling, now, that doesn't have anything to do with anything.
I think it must, because... Well, you told HB, I heard you say it, that Reva was trying to help me.
Yeah.
And I think that might have triggered the accident.
Well, just don't know how you figure that.
Because I resented Reva, and I don't know. I just can't help feeling that I was responsible for her miscarriage.
Mr. Hampton, we are very pleased to have you as our new regional manager. I got to tell you, though, I was afraid when you heard it was Alaskan duty that it would freeze your enthusiasm.
Oh, hell, a little cold weather's fine by me. Just makes the boys want to get that oil all the faster.
Good. That's the right attitude. It's what we like to hear. We consider ourselves lucky to find a man like you with your qualifications on such short notice.
And I consider myself lucky to be associating with such a formidable company. The fact is, I jumped at the chance to work with you and Mr. Lewis.
Well, you delivered that oil field on time, and you're going to have a big future with Lewis Oil. Listen, have you had a chance to consider that problem we've got with the drill bits?
Yep. Fact is, I've already got us a solution.
You do?
Yeah, I nailed down the equipment we'll need an hour ago. I'm picking it up on the way to the airport, and we'll have her chewing rock by tomorrow afternoon.
I'm impressed. I guess you're going to have to get on the way to the airport then. Mr. Hampton, welcome aboard.
Well, I appreciate the opportunity, Miss Lewis.
You can call me Trish if you deliver that oil on time.
Now, that's what I call incentive.
Good.
I'd better run for that plane.
Okay.
Haven't we met somewhere before?
I don't think so. So long.
Good luck. Roxy, what are you doing here at this time of the night with a suitcase?